that's the first blast beat variation I want to talk about. One of the newest additions to my my arsenal of little things to spice it up, you know, not play the same blast beat every time. So let's start with the first thing that's kind of odd about it is the snare drum leads here. Snare drum is on the downbeat and the bass drum follows on the off. So it's basically so to make that more clear, I will add the right cymbal on on a beat where you can follow it easier. So yeah, that's already a skeleton of that groove, basically. But this groove is it has like manifold approaches, and yeah, it's kind of it's really a complex groove. So the other thing that's in there is a pattern on the right now. I'm playing it on the ride, but it's gonna be transported to the hi-hat later. So what we have here is that if you have a group of 4, you know, you count the 16th notes 1, E, and D. I mean, most of you probably know that already. And I have this pattern here that is, I call it like a binary swing pattern, because swing is supposed to be on a ternary basis on 3, but this is actually on a binary basis. It's on 4. So it's like the pattern consists of the 1 and the D. 1 E and D. 1 E and D. So it sounds almost like a swing, but it's, I guess, more dotted if you want. So it's 1 E and D. 1 E and D. I don't know if you could hear that, my talking. So I'll just play the 16th notes and play this again. And so on. So this right cymbal gets layered on top of So that was really hard for me to learn, especially because I don't really approach it like this. I just started fast, but obviously this is the best way, or one of the good ways to start on that. Yeah, you know, really see what's with what happens. What actually happens is the first snare, the snare on 1, is with the right cymbal, and then the bass drum is alone. The next snare stands on its own, and then the last bass drum on the D is with the right cymbal again. That's basically how that blast beat is. So yeah, what you get is kind of a swing feel on top of a blast beat. I'll start with the cymbal just on one first, and then I'll introduce the swing pattern. Not quite warm yet, but you get what it is. So I thought that was really fucking cool. Another approach to this is I found that in a jazz book where you were supposed to comp with the snare like in a kind of blast beat manner while playing. So yeah, so I thought it was really interesting. That's the first thing I've discovered, and I was like, oh, I have to try to make this into a blast beat. So yeah, and then but like this is cool, and I'm probably gonna use that some more at some point, but on top of all this, you know, you have this, then you have on top of all this comes the hi-hat opening, which is again in itself counterpointing the riff, but I'm not gonna get into that. So yeah, I started open closing the hats, and this is what you hear on the record. Yeah. Yeah, that's that thing, and I think what's really interesting is that the right hand is actually doing some of the fastest things you can do. It's too fast to perpetuate it in a at least for me, I don't know what kind of aliens are out there, but yeah, this. That's a really quick thing to do, but it's not a lot of hits. So yeah, it's really you could say it's one of the quickest things I've done, but it's not really the blast beat that's fast. Actually, the blast beat is quite slow, you know? It's like a slow single foot blast. Yeah? It's a kind of slow that if you play that with 2 feet, you're like, that's kind of slow, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think that shows how complex that whole thing is, and yeah, it's I really love the whole thing. Okay, now I'm gonna try to do the beginning of the album, pretty much.